Hey guys, it's Jedi Lex, and last weekend I decided to attend the SuperFanCon, which was hosted in Miami from March 11th to the 12th. One of the first booths that I decided to check out was the 305 Comics and Collectibles, who had a really sick backdrop that had a ton of graded comics on display, and on their table they had bins and bins filled with comics and other collectibles. Two cool comics that I saw was this Phantom of the Menace and a Dark Horse or a Sing, and they even had a signed Mando. The next booth had a few Loungeflies and a couple sodas, but I noticed the 2019 limited edition Yoda and some Mandalorian fig pins. They even had the new eBay exclusive Mandalorian on speeder with Grogu for $100 and a couple other Star Wars pops on display. Next, we checked out the Poco Collectibles booth, which had a variety of Funko Pops on display, and they did let us know that they only sell via conventions. The next booth that we hit was Gomez Trades, who had a ton of Funko Pops, gibbets, stickers, pins, and a whole lot more on display. I was really pleased with their huge Star Wars selection of Funko Pops, from convention stickers to the Mandalorian, Bad Batch, Visions. They had Retro Series Target exclusives and a few blue boxes. They even had a couple deluxe pops and movie moments. After that, we hit the Sweet Clutch booth, which had a ton of Loungeflies on display, but I ended up just picking through to find the Star Wars ones. After, we headed to the BTL Collectibles booth, which is run by Pablo, who I actually saw the weekend prior at the Sunrise Comic Convention, but he brought even more heat to the SuperCon, and I saw a ton of Star Wars ones like the Red Stormtrooper, holographic Emperor, Qui-Gon, Ahsoka, and even the blue box Yoda. He had Padme, and then the 2017 Luke. Next was the Elevate Figures display booth, where I copped the 2021 Tatooine Homestead Lego Set, and after we visited one of the biggest booths at the convention, it was the Geeks Outpost, which took up the entire right-hand wall of the convention room. They had a vast Funko Pop selection with comics and even some Loungeflies. They had a pretty big Star Wars section with a Smuggler's Bounty box that I didn't even know existed, and they had quite a few grails that were locked up, including this Droids Boba Fett, which I've never seen in person, as well as two signed Ahsoka Pops. We then went into the hallway, which had a few additional vendors, including Fetter Visuals, which had a ton of art and several Star Wars pieces, which were super dope. We ended up checking out another vendor that had a decent amount of Star Wars Funko Pops before heading back into the convention room to check out Magic City Comics. They had a few bins, and after flipping through them, I found a ton of Darth Maul comics that were really dope. They even had the black box Slave Leia on display, but I ended up picking up this Mandalorian comic from CCJ Comics and headed over to check out this dope 3D printed battle droid, and on the way out, Susanna Malak decided to show up, and she is one of the Jawas that starred in The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. I ended up grabbing quite a few comics today and a Lego set, but I really enjoyed my time attending the SuperFanCon in Miami.